Welcome to another trade of the day here with TraderTV.Live. It's Govx. And hey, they had a positive result when it comes to a COVID test. So it's going to be a gapper to the upside. As always, you're going to see me start with a higher time frame. Let's break things down here because you come in and this was previously a $4 stock. And you had a couple of moves to the upside. Now, we should probably have this line at like an 820 here. Ignore some of these wicks and be more concerned about opens and closes. You have an 820 top on the daily chart that we're already active looking at. Then I come in, sit down in the pre-market. This is all the way at 7 a.m., so a little bit too early to maybe put on too many trades unless I'm very, very confident. Now, we did get a test of that 820 level. Probably a shortable event up there, but that's not where I was paying attention to it. A lot of times when I'm looking at that gap up, consolidate lower trade, instead of trying to pick a top, if it was a little more parabolic, maybe I'd get into it. But wait for the consolidation lower. Once this happens, it's on my radar. If I don't get this trade, this is 8 o'clock, it's a little bit early still. If I don't get this trade, I'm always looking for the short offer the same level. So I've identified about that 740 to 760 area. That's what I'm interested in here. We see it drop down to 660, getting closer to the open of the day. It pops back up. Now we're closer to like 9:30. Live on the show, we're able to get this one off of that 730, 740 area. Best fills at 739. Once I'm in the pre-market, I'm always thinking about taking profit. Now, one of the reasons why I'm going to do that is because usually I'm looking for that 930 pop, like hold the support and then pop at 930, some buying. Of course, it still has good news, and then I can sell into that level that I like. Now, that's one of the reasons I'm going to take some out at 7, grab some out here at 680, decent size wins there, and then you'll get the push right back up at the open. Now, admittedly, I do miss this move. A lot of times I'm anticipating it's going to test a bit higher, actually push into this range, maybe get me something in the 50s and 60s. It never happens, and it's a hard turn to the downside. I actually end up getting caught with a bid still in that 670 range. Once I take some shares out, I'm actually starting to think about how do I get back into this name. We breach that pre-market low at 660. Once that happens, I'm saying to myself, okay, we'll reevaluate. This level here at $7 becomes my new entry point. Now that we're moving to the downside, get back in right at about 692. We're going to be able to take here in front of 7 even. And then I am not proud of this one. I actually thought we'd hang out here, caught a little bit of a bid there at 660. I mean, sometimes I look at level 2 and see a size buyer and get tricked in taking some out early. That happened here. Realize the mistake. Do not get back in at 7 o'clock because I'm not fast enough. Allow this one to start working to the downside here, however. End up holding this. And I don't always suggest you do this, guys. Like I said several times on the show, that I should have been out when it failed through $6 here. And like, let's not give it all the way back. But I know I'm going to be shorting it back around VWAP and that $7 price, which we do take here, 75s. And then we get some more out at 640. And then we take some more up here in front of that 7 again. So I was able to rinse and repeat, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I should have been holding on here. I could have covered this position down around that $6, which I did eventually do here. Now, it did set up for a bit of a 6 break, and RCB started moving, so I started trading that, of course. But that gave you a 6 break as well. Sometimes it all starts with, when in doubt, zoom out. So the confidence for the trade is that it has rejected a key level on the daily chart. Once that happens, I've got a directional bias, right? And I'm looking for those consolidations lower. Until one of those is violated, I stay into that direction. It never happens at any point. Like, we managed to hold that 50 to 60 area. We then hold that 7 area all day long, and it continues to the downside. So you're shorting pops. Sometimes you have to adjust your levels. But the key thing is here is you only get the confidence when it's positive news and gapping up if there is a key failure where suddenly people want to take profit and don't want to be caught holding the bag. That's the key to this trade here, guys. Let me know how your trading went here today. Of course, as always, drop in the comment section below. Did you get along on this stock somewhere? There were a couple to be had. I'd be curious to see if anybody made money doing that. And as always, good luck in the markets. Check out our live show daily, open and at the close. See you out there, guys.